content isn't leading to sales, this might be why. You don't have a marketing problem, but rather you have a messaging problem. Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sienna Kobishki, and I am a Christian sales coach. I help Christian service providers learn how to make more money in their business using a biblical framework. Okay, don't forget to like and comment on this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's get into it. Here's the problem that I see with a lot of business owners and why they're not ready to hit numbers like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 months in their business. A lot of times it's because they're actually just talking to everyone. They're being way too broad, and you need to speak to your ideal client in your content, whatever you're posting on Instagram, whatever you're posting on TikTok, whatever you're posting on YouTube, whatever you're posting in your podcast, whatever you're posting, wherever it is that you create content, if it's Pinterest or Facebook groups, you actually have to make sure you're talking to your ideal client. Because if you're not talking to your ideal client, you're losing out on thousands of dollars. Whereas if you would have just spent a couple extra minutes making sure you're talking to the right person, you would increase your revenue rather than decrease your revenue. So I want to talk about some different ways that we can achieve this today in this video, and how we can shift your messaging so you can increase your income in your business. Okay, so one of the first ways that you can increase your messaging or your income, I'm keeping this. One of the first ways that you can increase your income in your business is by transforming your messaging, right? Who we're talking to, we identify that. So how do we do that, Sienna, you may be asking? Well, you have to first and foremost know who you're talking to. If you are a business owner who wants to work with people who are at $5,000 months that are looking to scale to $10,000 months, and you don't want to talk to someone just starting out their business. You're not going to want to teach them how to set up an LLC if you are a business coach. You're not going to want to teach, you're not going to want to create content on how to navigate those first steps. You're going to want to create content that speaks to the person who's already at 5K months, the person who's already been working hard in their business, the person that's already put in hours and maybe even years of time into their business, but they just for whatever reason can't scale past 5K. Most beginners are not even at 5K. Most beginners are not even making $1,000 a month in their business. And so you don't want to make content that is solvable for the beginner. You want to therefore make content that is solvable for somebody else. Now, here's how we can shift this. Maybe they're making consistent $5,000 months in their business, and you are a business coach, or maybe you're an accountant, and instead of your content being how to form an LLC, your content could be how to transition an LLC to an S Corp. Because at consistent $5,000 months, that person might be looking at transitioning into an S Corp, right? That's what my accountant recommended for me when I hit $5,000 months minimum in my business on a consistent basis. It was like, okay, let's have this conversation of what does an S Corp look like, how to set this up. But that wouldn't be something that a beginner would be able to take advantage of. Similarly, right, this video is for the person who is already making money in their business, but they're just not making a lot of money in their business. They're feeling stuck. They're feeling like they're on a hamster wheel. And I work with beginners. I also work with non-beginners, anyone who really realistically wants to hit $20,000 months in their business. And so with that being said, right, like this video is about shifting your messaging. Someone who is shifting their messaging is someone who has done the beginning stages already, has tried to do it themselves. It is not working. And now we're having a conversation on how to shift it. You tried it yourself. You did it, you're by yourself, maybe for years, maybe for months, maybe for however long you've been in business, and it's just not working. You're on that hamster wheel. And now we're talking about shifting, right? So you want to ask yourself, before you make a piece of content, does the person who I'm making this video for, are they going to benefit from this video, right? Are they really going to benefit? For a web designer, right? Let's say you want to work, your budget maybe to work with you is $10,000 to design a website, or even I've seen web designers charge $20,000 and even $100,000 to design a website. If that is you, there's no shame in that. But you're not going to want to go into groups or market on how to DIY your website because the DIYers are not your ideal client. Because the DIYers are brand new, they're trying to figure it out, or they're trying to save money, but you're charging $20,000 months. So instead, you're going to want to teach how to implement SEO, because that's not something that a DIYer is going to really understand or really even dig too deep into, because they may not know that they need that, right? How to make tweaks over time in your business, how to show up over time in your business, because someone who's been in business for a while now, they're going to need to consistently do some things on the back end of their website. This is not my wheelhouse of expertise, right? In order for them to continue to rank on Google as years and years and years go by. So you're talking to the experienced person. And of course you can invite them to work with you and different things like that. But your content needs to focus on messaging that is not geared to that beginner level DIY person, but rather so the person who is ready to make minor tweaks on the back end of their website because they already have a website, or they want to consistently continue to rank year after year after year on their videos. So that is who you're going to talk to. So that would be the first step that I would recommend for you. I would highly recommend that if you are not seeing the significant amount of sales that you want to see in your business, or sales have been decreasing for you, it is time for a messaging shift. Before you put that content out there, before you do what you're about to do, I need you to ask yourself, will this actually help my ideal client? Will this actually be supportive to my ideal client? Will they want to hire me at the end of this, right? Because that's another question that we need to ask ourselves. Is this going to speak to my ideal client? I don't just talk to like regular Christian business owners. If I talk to every Christian business owner, I wouldn't make any money. I have to talk to Christian business owners that are done with poverty mindset, that are ready to step into abundance. And that's why I do have some content on how to step into abundance, because as you go through that, you will then become like an ideal client of mine. But if you are scared of hitting $20,000 months, you're scared of hitting 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or $70,000 months in your business, then it's not wise for us to work together, because I have an abundance mindset and I'm going to be preaching abundance mindset to you as well, right? And so as we are working together, you'll notice these things. And so my content has to reflect that. My content has to reflect the boss that I am, so you know the type of energy that I'm bringing to the table, and you know exactly how I can help you. Same with your content. Your content needs to reflect the expert or boss that you are, so that when I go to hire you, or Sally goes to hire you, or Joe goes to hire you, they know exactly how you're going to show up, and they know exactly what they're going to receive from you and how you're going to work with them, because you spoke to them. You didn't speak to Sally, Nick, Joe, Harry, Tom, Bob, Allie, right? You spoke to Joe, or you spoke to Sally, or you spoke to Rebecca, right? You spoke to one person. And it's because of that you're going to start to see sales. You can ask me more questions in the comments if you have any questions after watching this video, but I do hope that on a fundamental level that this has honestly helped you. I think maybe if you are interested, I can create another video on like messaging shifts in wording that might be really relatable, that might be very practical for you, right? Where I give some examples of, instead of doing this, instead of saying this, say this, instead of saying this, say this. If you want that kind of video, comment, Sienna, please make a video number 2 to show the messaging shifts, and I will make that for you. And tell me what it is that you do. So this way, when I create examples in my video, I can make examples that are tailored to you specifically. I love you so much. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you are a Christian entrepreneur that is looking to hit $20,000 months in their business, I want to work with you. I encourage you to really look at Consecration Academy. The link for Consecration Academy is down in the description below, and I, Queen, will see you in the next video.